Many of my clients ask me, what do I think about over-the-counter hearing aids? And my response may surprise you. Um, I actually think they're pretty good for a lot of people, but I do have a warning, and that has to do with how much you should actually be paying for over-the-counter hearing aids if you do decide to go that way. One of the reasons why many people would consider over-the-counter hearing aids is because they're trying to save money, and that is a legitimate reason to consider over-the-counter hearing aids. But there's a lot of people that, in my opinion, are getting severely ripped off when they do go to get some over-the-counter hearing aids. So I'll get to that in a second. But first, I'm a hearing aid specialist. And there are a lot of hearing aid specialists and even audiologists who are concerned about how over-the-counter hearing aids might hurt them. I am not worried about this at all. First of all, even before they became legal, uh, they were available. You've been able to buy hearing aids online or through magazines for many, many, many years. This is not actually something new. What is new, and this is actually the good thing for people who do want to buy over-the-counter hearing aids, is that because it was in a lot of ways illegal, or at least in a gray area, most of the businesses you might have been buying those hearing aids from, not over the counter, but through the mail, over the internet, many of those businesses may not have been the most reputable businesses to deal with. Now, because it's not really a gray area anymore, it's clear that it is legal to sell over-the-counter hearing aids, then a lot of very reputable brands are now getting into this area. Now, who would buy an over-the-counter hearing aid? Now, over-the-counter hearing aids are legally, and everything they say on the packaging is they are for people who have mild to moderate hearing losses. Okay, that's who they're made for. They are made to fit an average hearing loss, which means they don't exactly fit everybody's hearing loss, but that doesn't mean they don't help. They can definitely help a person. They can definitely make a huge difference. And if you can get it at a good price, then that's great. It's better, certainly, than nothing. Therefore, I think it's good that people have this option. It's good that people have the choice. Okay, so what should you be concerned about if you're going to go or thinking about getting over-the-counter hearing aids? The first thing is what I just mentioned. They're not specifically fit for any particular hearing loss, so it may not be ideal. It still can help. The biggest problem that people have when they get hearing aids is maintaining them, cleaning them. I have a lot of patients who need help keeping their hearing aids clean. I have some patients who have no problem keeping their hearing aids clean. I might not see them for, gosh, a year or so, or even more, because they're not having any problems. But I have other patients who, they need my help. They're, for a variety of reasons, not able to keep their hearing aids clean. And no matter how good your hearing aids are, if they're plugged up with wax, they're not going to work. So if you're a person who has a lot of trouble with small parts, cleaning them, changing the little parts, because there are little parts that need to be changed, then you might have trouble with over-the-counter hearing aids. You might need some help. And that's one of the biggest things a hearing aid specialist does. They help you maintain your hearing aids. They help you get the hearing aids repaired when they need to be repaired. Most hearing aids come with a 3-year warranty. I have no idea what these over-the-counter hearing aids come with as far as warranty goes. The warranties on hearing aids are fantastic. If it can be repaired, it's going to be repaired. It doesn't cost you anything to get it repaired. And like I said, usually for 3 years. So they might cost a little bit more to get a hearing aid, but if you're not able to maintain it, you're not able to get your over-the-counter hearing aid repaired, and if it doesn't have much of a warranty that's worth a whole lot, because when you're sticking a electronic device into a ear that can have wax and moisture and all kinds of things, they can get damaged relatively often for certain people, especially. You got to think about the warranty that's on these things. But the third thing is the cost. I have seen over-the-counter hearing aids that cost as much as what we sell a basic or even sometimes even a mid-range hearing aid for. Now, our prices are lower than a lot of the other places that are around us, but we're not the only people who have lower prices. There are plenty of places that you can go and get a hearing aid at at the same price as what many of these over-the-counter hearing aids are selling for. And that to me uh, is ridiculous. When you're not actually getting tested, you're not actually getting a custom fit to your hearing loss, you're not getting any follow-up, you're not getting any help with maintenance, you're not getting any instructions, and yet you're paying the same price. That doesn't make sense at all. So, uh, just look around. Don't assume that everything costs $7,000 for a pair of hearing aids, because there are people who sell them for less than $7,000. There's people who sell them for less than $5,000. There are people, plenty of people out there who sell a good pair of programmable hearing aids for the same price as what some of these over-the-counter hearing aids are being sold for. Just check the prices before you buy anything. You might also, if you're on Medicare and you have a Medicare Advantage plan, the majority of Medicare Advantage plans now have hearing aid coverage. So you might be able to get a good hearing aid, better than an over-the-counter hearing aid for sure, sometimes at zero out of pocket. You might even be able to get a top-of-the-line hearing aid. And we're talking about the best hearing aid out there. We're talking about hearing aids that sometimes can cost $6,000 to $7,000, $8,000 for a pair. It is possible through some of these Medicare Advantage plans to get, let me say it again, because I said that a little quick. Some of these Medicare Advantage plans, it is possible to get top-of-the-line hearing aids for the same price that some of these over-the-counter hearing aids cost. So, again, I think it's great that over-the-counter hearing aids are available. And if you can get one at a good price, and what I mean is by $500, $600, $700 for the pair, okay? If you can get something for that, then I would say that's pretty good. But if you're paying $1,000, $2,000 or more for an over-the-counter hearing aid, that is way too much, because you should be able to get a good, not over-the-counter hearing aid, one that you're actually going to see a hearing aid specialist or an audiologist and getting a good hearing aid that's programmable to your hearing loss and getting all that follow-up for that same price. So over-the-counter hearing aids can be great, but don't assume that they're going to be cheaper than what you can actually get from a local provider in your area.